Alright, so right now I'm gonna demonstrate how to use the dataset composers in order to get the XML files as an input to the LTE SDK framework. So in our LTE SDK framework, the base station and the small station needs to be initiated with their own parameters. These parameters has to be saved to an XML files, so the example project of the SDK will be able to initiate the base station or small station parameters, and users do not need to lay their hands on initiating those parameters inside the code, except they insist on trying something. So we make things easier with this dataset composer. This composer using graphical user interface to set the most of the LTE parameters. As you can see, you can initiate some of the basic settings of the LTE, such as the LTE carrier band, and here you can choose one option of the band among 26 other options, and also you can set some parameters of the base station or the user equipment and some of the channel, like the downlink shared channel, the hybrid acknowledge channel, the uplink shared channel, the random access channel, and also the synchronization and the cell reference signal. So to get more understandability of these dataset composers, right now I have opened one of the example of project included in our LTE SDK framework, which is a simple API test solutions. And as you can see in the simple API test main code, there are lines that read the XML data input and then pass it to the parameters variables that we're going to use. In this simulation, we'll just init three variables. The first one is the base station initialization parameters, the second one is the downlink shared channel parameters, and the last one is the hybrid acknowledge parameters. But because we don't have any XML data, so we are gonna create the XMLs using the dataset composers. So we are just gonna open the dataset composer once again, and the first thing we do is to set the base station parameters. So let's just navigate through the base init tab right here, and I'm just gonna set the most important setting right here, which is the bandwidth. And as you can see, after I change the value of the bandwidth from 5 MHz to 10 MHz, the value of the FFT size, the use subcarrier size, and the number of resource block size will change automatically according to the bandwidth that we are gonna use. And so be it, and left all the other settings as default, and then save the dataset. Now we are gonna select the location of the base station XML files to be saved, and navigate through the project locations, and by default the location of the project is the same as the location of the LTE SDK installation path. And then choose the name of the XML and click save. Okay. And let's assume that we are succeed to create the others XML. So right now we will be able to check whether the XML files were passed successfully to the simulation variable. So right now I'm just gonna put a breakpoint below the XML init lines and then click play. And right now you can watch the value of the variables by pointing each variables, and the value will appear shortly. And right now you make sure that there is no false number of the value for each parameters, and do this for the all variables. And after you make sure that there is no false number, continue your simulation until the end and check the status of the simulation. Thank you.